Now I've been living a little bit different. My life and decisions got me contradicting the ditches I put myself in, cause I'm different. My vision been sticking like legal prescription. This shit really hit it, I hit it, I'm lifting. No feelings exist and they gone with the wind. It's like trying my best, not quitting. Like get on my head, I'ma get it right. Living for you, I'm not living right. Trying so one day my children might. Smoking on protein, on Kellogg's. I keep it J just in case if I fell off. I made a change, now I'm well off. Wish I'm in one, I'm well off. Yeah, wish I'm in one, I'm well off. Yeah, I made it.
I actually had quite a bit of a crisis avoided because I thought tech was going to be Tuesday morning. I knew we were going to be sleeping over at least at the track or in town because of how long the drive is, but I didn't realize we had tech today, so I had to leave my house. I had to leave my house really early yesterday, and then I made it to Rockford, Illinois, and then I had to make the rest of that like 8-hour drive. But we made it here to Pennsylvania. We got teched. I met quite a few of the drivers. I met one guy who I recognized from Instagram. He's got like a Nardo gray Mustang. It's like a 95 that he runs in Cam T. A bunch of cool people that I met. So it'll be interesting to see how tomorrow pans out. I'm here at the car wash because I just want to get the thing cleaned up before competition and everything. The windshield is like full of bugs and everything. So I want to get this thing looking nice, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Welcome everyone to day one of autocross week. This is something I've been waiting for forever. So that was run 2 for us, and I have the course like figured out now. I was able to ride along with someone, and I feel like I finally understand where to go, but there's like no traction out there at all. At least for me, the guy I rode with, he seemed to have like all the traction in the world, but he was in a Corvette. Even on my R888s, I feel like I was literally just sliding all over the place, and I feel like I wasn't able to like pick a line or nothing. I didn't feel like I was able to drive well at all. Like I was just understeering like crazy. It's very slick. I don't know if it's I have no temp in the tires or I just not driving well. I have no idea, but this is a very challenging track for me, and I don't know what I need to do to change to get more grip or whatever, but we'll have to figure something out. So we just got done with lunch and I'm having a lot of problems with this course. Like a lot of the corners are decreasing radius, so I can't keep any momentum out there, and like my tires have like zero traction, and I'm like not the only one in that boat, but like none of this car's strengths are like suited out here. It's very hard for me to like do anything and actually set down some good times, but I'm gonna try and make the best of it and see what I can learn from this course and develop. But it's frustrating. This is not where the car is in its element. So I'm waiting for my next run to go out, and I took a bunch of air out of the tires. It was like just over 30, and that might be part of my problem. So I went to like 27, so we'll see how that changes things. I'm hoping that it fixes a lot of my understeer issues, and that was just on the front. The rears have been at like 37-ish, so I dropped the fronts down to like 27 as well. So hopefully that fixes my understeer issue. We'll see. Well, it looks like that was my last run. They said there's only a couple cars left, so they're not going to keep hot lapping. But yeah, I have not gotten below 70, like 1 second the whole day. And even after dropping my tire pressure there on that last run, no difference. It's still understeering like crazy, no traction. Hopefully the next track is a lot better. We'll see how it goes. But it was a good first day, nothing broke, nothing overheated, no problems, so gave it our best. Well, day one was very successful, and the drive over here to UMI Motorsports Park was very fun. We got set up with our tent, and it looks like it's going to be an awesome track, and I'm really excited, but I'm also really tired, so I'm going to hit the hay. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Okay, so first run out was kind of conservative. I know I can get more time out of the car. I ran like a 37 or a 36 somewhere in there. But you can see on the front tires they had pretty good rollover. I could probably lose a little bit more air because I'm a little bit on the higher side. I think I'm at like 31 PSI all around. But the fronts look okay. I think I'm gonna let a little bit out of the rear though, because there's like no rollover at all. Like you can see they're way up on the tread block. So I'm gonna probably drop these down to about 28 and then go from there. so that's 3 runs in. They changed the course up a little bit, but it's nothing drastic. But this course is a ton of fun. I think it's faster than yesterday, but it's fun. This is a good course. It's very technical. It makes you think way ahead of like how you're gonna enter the corners and where you need to be to set yourself up for the next like 2 corners, and which is usually what you got to do in autocross, but I feel like this track more so makes you do that just because it is very technical, and overall it's just a really fun course. So we'll see how today pans out. So I think, especially after that run, we're done for today. That was my last run anyways, and I set a smashing record of 85 seconds. But I really like this track. I would love to come back here some other time, even if it's not for Autocross week, but this was a solid track, and I feel like I learned quite a bit. However, though, that being said, I was having the same problem here as the last track where I got into the 35s and I couldn't I couldn't improve my times at all. And I'm not the only person who was having that problem. Same with the other track. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the altitude, but I could not for the life of me get my times any better. But we're gonna hit the road now. I'm filling up my tires, and then we gotta run to Summit Racing, I believe we're stopping at, and then we'll be running to West Salem, Ohio. So it should be fun.
I be sleeping on myself, I got mad potential. Road runner with the numbers, got a bag moving. I ain't posted, I ain't moving on the internet. I just took a gram into these mushrooms, got me past moving. Bad student, I ain't tripping cause the bag moving. Bag talking, I can get you muted like a mag user. Macintosh with the jumper, that's black top. Shawty from Chicago, I'm like Jordan, give me laptop. Too much on my mind, I be stressing in a bad spot. Smoking, looking in the mirror, posted in the backdrop. Timberland for money with the water stripe. Screen door, I can make it steam if I'm that hot. But I ain't like that right now, I got a matchstick in the background. It's the basket, shells in my homie crib like it was a gas stop. 87 Reggie weigh my iPhone like a gasket, and I got this Betty, she do that shit, from the underground, call me Patrick. Grew up, I knew that I was a star, living asterisks. Put a slide on the competition, do a hat trick. Stephen Curry on a bitch, all I do is shoot. Watch it going from the half like a hula hoop. Drop it in like karma, bring it back up out the hula roof. For the foreign rips, presidential with the bulletproof roof. Watch on me out the press, I'm in the loop. Rest celebrities don't post, they go through the hoop. Real players watch the game, they look at me too. Just like real killers don't tweet, I just move mute. I'm the coldest Minnesotan and I mean that. Terror squad, when I pop out everybody lean back. Take the sum, the promoter number green cash. 2 eyes, I get that divided, call it mean math. Mathematical, I don't do theatrical. Swear to God on OG Dizzy P, I bring the team back. Everything I do, I put 100 and I mean that. Like a TV, if I push a button, they on screen back. Shawty on me from the shot, do a polo ride. Motorsport, polo horse, walk on water glide. Me in my eyes when she set me like it's freeze tag. I'm a Gemini, fucking with me, you get team tag. I be in the port, you be in the dork. By the light, every time you see me, it's a court. I'm not human, I was manufactured for it. Mama hustling, getting high, she went and stole me off a stork. I just counted up $100 sitting on the floor. Strip a bitch on me, made me mad, I sent her to the store. Fuck me over, you get fucked up, that for short. KT with me, splash brothers to the fort. Over time, I just smoked a quarter, no score with a fork. Stephen Curry on a bitch, all I do is shoot. Watch it going from the half like a hula hoop. Drop it in like karma, bring it back up, I go through the roof. In the foreign whips, presidential with the bulletproof roof. Watch on me, all the press, I'm in the loop. Real celebrities don't post, they go through the hoop. Real players watch the game, they look at me too. Just like real killers don't tweet, I just move mute.
Got an LS on it. Alright, so we made it to Dragway 42. I don't think I'm gonna have time to walk the full course, but I'm gonna try and get in what I can. I got the car unloaded, but there's still a couple things I'd like to check and see if I can do like a nut and bolt check. But I think we're gonna have the driver's meeting here soon. But I heard that this is gonna be one of the bigger courses. I heard that it's gonna be in the range of like a 90 to 80 second lap. Morning. I heard it's gonna be in the range of like a 80 to 90 second lap. And so I'm really excited for it because I like bigger tracks and I like longer tracks. I like ones that are more high speed and have like longer sweepers and all that. And we'll see how this one is. It might have some tire sections, but I like I don't like small courses. I don't like it when it's really tight handling. I haven't checked my tire pressures yet. When we were at UMI, I set them to like 34, and I haven't checked them. They might have changed a little bit with elevation change, but I'm gonna run them where they're at and just learn the course this first run. And then second run, after I've learned it, I'll chalk my tires, set my tire pressures probably to like 30 all the way around, and then I can start working my way down from there. But this looks like it's gonna be a very fun course. I'm super excited, so we'll see how it does. And the car seemed to love on this course the fact that we were at like 34 psi on the tires, and so I dropped them down to about 31 or 2, 31 and a half, and I'm gonna run it at that because as I chalk the tires, but as I learned from Iowa, my last race, is sometimes tire rollover is not everything. Sometimes having a little bit more air in the tire can help depending on the track. Seem to do phenomenal out here, so I'm gonna slowly bring the tire pressure down, but I think for this course we're gonna wanna err on the side of higher tire pressure. But I'm also not so much focused on my lap times as I am just getting better and improving as a driver. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. it looked like the front end was rolling over too much, and the car also didn't handle as good. It kind of seemed to understeer a little bit more. So I actually raised it back up to like 35, like around thereabouts, which is higher than I want it to be. But what I do is I raise it too high and then I back it down to like what seems good. So I re-chock the tires. It's at 35. We'll see how it does. I think 35 is a little too high, but we'll see. I think it's going to be okay for these really high speed corners. I'm pretty much flat out throughout there, so who knows, it might even need a little bit more than that, but I think 35 is a sweet spot. And the rears are still at like 31. Those were rolling over about perfect. So we'll see how it does. So the car is doing very well and it's driving very fast, but I'm overdriving it a little bit because I hit like 3 cones on that last run and I hit 3 cones before. So I need to clean up my run. I need to slow it down just a little bit.
Leave the cones alone.
Hey, don't tell me what to do. And so the car's got it. I just need to like reel it back in. That run I broke into the 99 seconds. So it was like 99.8. However, I gotta like clean it up a bit because it's gonna be well over 100 seconds if I keep hitting cones or if I hit a DNF. So it's lunchtime now. I'm gonna try getting the car up on jack stands and see if I can rotate the tires and maybe bleed the brakes because they're still really soft after me doing all the brake lines, but it feels good, it stops good. And the other thing is when I'm coming, I know I have the tire pressures dialed because when I come into, and there's a lot of grip too, because when I come into corners on the brakes, I can be on the brakes mid-corner and the back end doesn't want to come around on me the way it normally does because this car is very lift-off, oversteer happy. This, it doesn't do it. I get on the brakes, the car hauls down. Like it doesn't have any, like the car's planted everywhere. So it's time to go. This car is doing good right now. think this will be my 4th run of the afternoon, but I just had one of the like guys here who's more experienced ride along with me, and he said that I clearly know my car well and everything, and I looked really good, but the one thing he really mentioned is I need to be more aggressive with the slaloms, which I thought was interesting. But the main thing he was saying is I need to be more consistent, because he was saying I'm hitting every single corner different, and I just need to be more consistent with the way I corner. So we were on our way to Trick Flow Specialties, and on our way I passed Cody, who is broken down. He's got the 85 Oldsmobile Cutlass, and he was broken down at a gas station, and so I pulled over to see what was going on, and he like the rear axle stripped out like the drive hub flange or whatever it was for the basically where the hub for the wheel bolt mates to the drive axle. That's stripped out, and so I'm actually running to Summit right now that we were at yesterday to go pick him up 2 new ones. Well, unfortunately that was a pretty unsuccessful trip because Summit Racing did not have any of the axle drive flanges that he needed. It's a 24 spline 5x5 bolt pattern, and it looks like he's got, I don't know what he's got for a rear end, but it looks like he's got something for like circle dirt track cars, and it's like the axle shaft and the hub are separate, or the hub flange, and they didn't have anything in stock for him. So I'm heading back to where he's at right now, and we'll see what we can figure out after that. I don't know anyone who would carry something like that, but we'll figure something out.
I don't have his number.
Got my card back?
Yeah.
Before I forget about that.
What you talking about? There you go, man. Any luck? Any word?
No, like, there's one freaking drive flange local, but it's for like 4x4 setup thing, which it ain't gonna fly.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, our threads are totally gone. Our splines are totally gone. That.
So
We're trying to think of MacGyver solutions at this point in time.
Yeah. Yo, I was kicking myself because I almost thought of asking the Summit guy if they had a kit that was like a drive flange and an axle that, like, you know, but I'm like, that's even more money, and it's like,
yeah, and it ain't gonna be something I don't think that would get us going.
are you?
I send a message. Hyde knows nothing. Summit's got nothing. Parts Warehouse is a parts store. I didn't see anything for dirt track. Was Googling it or circle track, nothing.
Speed shop. Like,
Well, that's what
I
I called.
suppose everyone goes to Summit around here.
Well, right. And I called that speed shop first, and they sent us to a parts store.
Yeah.
What year is it?
It's freaking aftermarket parts.
Everything is out of reach. Like even Speedways in Massachusetts.
Speedway is in freaking Nebraska.
No, they got something east to it. Like,
Yeah, Speedway would absolutely have fucking 17 everything.
My only question I had was if and when you get the new hub flange, are you sure that the axle isn't up?
I mean, the axle splines look okay.
Okay.
Here, they're definitely, but I mean, they're completely smooth and ripped out of there.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously this is a cog drive setup, but we can put the one that just does the lug drive. It's not going to be a big deal. It'll sandwich it with the wheel.
Yeah.
Hold if we can find the part, but
G-Force does transmissions, right?
yeah.
They're here.
Yeah.
They do transmissions though.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it.
Summer and parts. They may be worth a call. Who knows? They may have something laying
Oh, it
around.
says code's gonna call them. It's not like it's gonna plunge it into there. If you fill the cap up with it, right? So it can't fill it like it did too. They can't push it all into
They're
there.
gonna just wrap this a whole bunch of times.
Yeah. Well, we can try that and see if it kind of goes and does it.
We're either gonna get somewhere or we ain't. This, God, it's gonna be easier if I can pull that axle out. Of course, right, just enough left there to hold enough to drive.
Well, it feels good when it's like fully engaged. Like if that axle's plunged, it moves, right?
Yeah.
If it's plunged in a little, it must lose it.
I tape it.
It's tight.
I don't think I tape it this way. Like
We gotta
flap
hold it
that way because you gotta push it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hold the axle into it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good plan, good plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. Because then you push on the other way, it's gonna push it out of the way. There you go.
Yeah, if you
Try that.
try that.
All these
Maybe
track
wrap
days,
it here,
autox
right?
takes it out, huh?
Yeah, well, probably
That's
the
probably
other
where it
side
at.
looks fine. Probably what took it out is the side's got more toe out than the other side. Because I didn't think about it when I welded the brake caliper brackets on. I wanted to be fancy and use my TIG welder, and then it warped it.
Yeah. I was just bragging about your car to somebody. They were talking about like cool car, like the truck. I was like, this thing's like all custom by hand. Like everything is custom on here. Like,
This is it. This is the Coleman part, but I had a welding cut on that to make it fit my wheels.
yeah.
So the Coleman's available. I'm gonna hang on to it with something.
Yeah, but I feel like
Well,
Actually, we should.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Put it on the ground.
Trick
Oh,
flow might have
just leave it
something.
on the ground. You know.
Yeah, rubber good. You got a mallet. That one gotta hold it straight, but it won't beat on it.
I've seen this video on the internet before.
Flip that over.
Oh, it's is it going?
Yeah. Hit it like a man.
I'm gonna use my purse.
Yeah, it probably weighs more.
Use your purse, it'll go.
I don't know. It looks like it's coming all off.
Well,
Yeah, just shoved it out of there. Just cut it.
Oh.
can we take the cap off? Well, you don't want to wreck your. I'll say you can almost weld it.
Yeah,
to
the
it.
cap can come off.
Well, the cap, can you weld it to
That's
it?
what I was thinking too. We'll talk about it.
Oh God, it's gonna.
Well,
come off.
Yeah, because
Well,
I mean
it'll
it's
ruin
not
this,
perfectly
too.
straight. Is the
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. Well, that was a nice idea.
Oh, it does need to move a little bit inside that car.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cut it off.
Yeah.
crazy idea, but just trying to think out loud. What if you shove that cap full of JB weld and like the steel
I
stuff?
thought about that already.
Really?
Yeah, but the problem is, as soon as it had that little bit of a jerk, it'd break it right off.
Yeah.
Because it ain't
Maybe
perfect.
maybe just like one wrap of duct tape. Like just
Just
paint it over.
something. Yeah, just something.
Paint it over the edge a little
Yeah.
bit so it's like
It was
just
too
one.
much for Rainy or anybody.
So that flange, it goes on here.
This
Yeah.
That slide, this clips into the axle. So it doesn't clip. It close.
This engages this way.
Okay.
However, we're not going to find that.
Sure.
What I need is the generic one, which will engage this, and then it fits over the stuff.
Okay. What about? I assume this thing's hard as shit. But can you just weld it?
That's, no,
Well,
the wheel actually moves a little bit.
Yeah, the problem is it's not perfectly straight. I mean, we could try. I'm sure it'll fatigue and go to hell, and this is fucked anyway.
It's got to work better than tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it feels
we run the risk of ruining my axle then.
Yeah, that's probably what would happen inevitably.
Yeah, that's so bad. They're both steel, right?
Yeah. This is harder steel than that.
Right.
I wonder if you could put a couple like stitch tape weld on it, a couple like 3 times on it so it's not bumping and getting really hot. That's pretty thick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could be really bend that.
You just fucking drill a hole, put a pin to it. All the way across.
Yeah, that's
And a pin.
hard to do. You get a driller for 3 hours.
That way it still
I
allows some movement.
Well, I might
That'd be
shoot.
hard as hell
I
to
don't
drill
like
that.
this plan. Yeah, that'll
It's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
really hard to drill that.
Well, and also I might just shear the pin in half because
Trying
trying
to think
to.
like a cotter, it would still allow a little movement with his wheel against the wood.
Yeah, the problem is cotter pins are real soft, and it might just.
Well, I was just thinking actual like a steel.
Oh,
rod.
like a roll
Yeah,
pin?
it'd be like a rod.
Yeah,
Conception.
hardware stores have those.
That drill bit's not. Especially when it's trying to drill.
You're gonna need some cobalt drill bits probably and some oil that would drill through that.
Yeah, it's just scuffing it a little bit. It ain't gonna go.
Yeah, that stuff's probably really hardened.
Yeah, well, it's probably 40, 41 or something shit. You go through this, no problem.
Yeah, you
Wait,
drill that.
what if I just drill?
You gotta drill
If I
and
drill
tap-
this,
drill and tap
drill and
set.
tap
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and put some clamps on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
If it doesn't work, I didn't come up with the idea, right?
You put the axle.
We're at, yeah,
Well,
we're
put,
at like.
put bolts back in it, though,
Yeah,
so
we're at-
don't bleed yourself.
Yeah. Where's the?
We haven't found
the
out
other
yet.
gun.
We're fucking around. Fuck around.
Oh, that's over there.
We need to try it.
And just jig it in there so you don't drop it.
Fuck around.
At this point, we're just trying to get you home, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Nope, we need the other size though.
It's a
I
pit,
put
right?
it back already. Next one bigger.
How many? I feel like you want as many as you have to pick, like 4. Yeah. 2 to 4, right? Like you're not gonna do just one.
Stuff.
Nobody's done this before. I'm new to this. I would have been stranded.
I'm not real confident in these ones. You guys have got that one. Like this stuff's too small regardless.
Yeah, the ones on the right,
Quarter
but
20s.
yeah.
You also got that.
I make a bigger hole though, don't you? Unless
But
you could thread it.
it should be short enough.
Tap it. Can you tap it with this?
Yeah.
Make it
Well,
actually
yeah,
threaded?
these will be quarter 20. Yeah, some
Yeah.
Do
clamps.
you want a real, like, is it not going to clear the wheel?
Ooh, that the sets.
You got set screws in here.
Plug,
Or plug. But you could use it as a set screw.
no.
At first, I thought those were like bullet shells.
A few.
This is quarter 20, so it should be a 1364 drill. Sure, it started at Gingerman,
Yeah.
but
What?
we've also then
It would.
driven
Or
a lot since then. You know.
or possibly just all the clutch dumps with 500 horsepower and
Yeah, that didn't help either. I'm sure.
just the fact that this is day 8, 9 of 12 days of racing.
Wherever the here it is.
Hopefully the wheel fits over those. Or
will just.
Or you could probably just like chop the heads off, worst case scenario.
This looks like something out of the Pinhead. Looks like I Pinhead.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is like the coolest thing I've seen in a long time if it works.
Yeah, bud.
Well, maybe you should quit driving a Porsche and pick something terrible.
Hey,
I need to join the club.
You could always compromise.
Wait.
I like to do terrible stuff at home though. We have terrible stuff. Yeah. It's just not here.
Knock on wood, their center locks don't go to crap.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I still love that. Yeah. So the other day, Gingerman, I was laying under the car, and I told him, like, have you heard what the definition of time attack is? It's, finding new and exciting racetracks to work on your car.
See, I don't like that. I don't.
Yeah.
We have an old Subaru that we're trying to swap a 6-cylinder SVX into. Like, we know trash. We have stuff.
We have a shell of another one that's just sitting there.
But I really like doing.
We had a running on the house.
I drive Subaru.
Subaru, you know how to work on
My favorite part of this is that we had a running driving one and sold it. We sold that one. We didn't want that one. And then bought a different one.
Warning, hey, car's coming down.
You're traumatized.
You gotta feel like down the meteor hits you and you're walking like down the sidewalk.
I can't believe you had the bolts and everything like available like in this car, It's pretty incredible.
Oh yeah, I just fixed my circle track rear end in a gas station parking lot with stuff out of my trunk. Oh, you don't do that with your Porsche?
I don't have a Porsche. I got the GR6.
I like the
I call it the wannabe Cayman. That's what I call the car.
Yeah.
You gotta be that ginger with the throttle everywhere you go. You want someone to call you.
I gotta make this right?
You just gotta shift it like,
Wait, does the rule say I have to drive the car for laps, or can I just run it?
That's why you can't push it around.
You can run it if your car's
It does say the car has to move under its own power.
I could just tow you with my Honda.
It moved.
Yes. You didn't say move the whole race.
Well, just when we thought Cody had the axles fixed, they barely could even get out of the parking lot and it just started spinning again. So I'm headed back towards the gas station and I'm gonna have to give him a ride back to their truck and trailer at pit race, and they're gonna have to come and get the car. It is what it is. It's part of racing, and so hopefully they have an opportunity to get it fixed and at least drive at Brainerd, but we're having a hard time finding like circle dirt track stuff around here, so our luck is looking limited. Not to be negative at all, but it's looking tough. We just stopped and luckily we filled up because we had like 1/10 of a gallon left apparently. Alright, so basically we had no luck with Cody's 85 Cutlass. All the tricks we tried, everything was a no-go. It was not working. So I ended up driving him to pit race to pick up his truck, and on the way there I decided it'd probably be a good idea to fill up. And this is a 12-gallon tank. We managed to get 11.9 gallons in the tank when we filled up. So we were extremely close to being stranded on the side of the highway. That being said, he was able to locate an axle flange near Brainerd, so he's going to pick up his car and he's going to just trailer it back tonight. I came to the local O'Reilly's to grab some engine degreaser because today at Dragway 42, the motor was extremely high strung and it started puking a lot of oil. Not really puking, but it just kind of got all over everything because it was leaking out quite a bit. It normally doesn't leak as much as it was today, but the motor was working overtime on overtime today. So tomorrow before I go racing, I'm just going to hit the self-serve car wash and try and clean up the motor just so it's not dumping oil all over the track tomorrow, and so it's a little bit cleaner, because it's, especially on the back of the motor and all over the suspension parts, it's just like spewing oil. So it's not leaking it enough for it to be dangerous for the motor. The level's staying good, but it's just kind of, you know, throwing some out, so I don't want to get oil everywhere. So that's basically how the rest of tonight went. We did our best to try and get the Cutlass back up, but at least he'll be able to drive at Brainerd, so hopefully we can throw down some better laps tomorrow than we did earlier this week, but we'll see.